Alright guys, welcome back to Revenge of the Sea Team. And let's see, today I've got quite a few things to talk about. One of them is, let's see, remember I had a Tesseract. Let's go to here. I had a Tesseract, but it was kind of clunky and didn't work right sometimes, and I ended up moving half the storage back to the base anyway. So I replaced it with these Ender storage chests. Seems like I have to do this every time. Anyway, so these Ender chests are pretty much exactly like vanilla Ender chests, except you can pipe items in and out of them, and you can color code them to have more than one of them linked together at a time, or more than one set of them. And you can also make these little ender pouches and coordinate those with these chests. So this chest here, if I open it and I'm looking in it, you can also see that this pouch is open as compared to the one next to it that's of a different color combination. And if I walk away from that and open the ender pouch, you can actually hear that chest open and probably see it too if I look in the right spot. Yeah, you can see it open up there. So it's exactly like an ender chest, except you can pipe items in and out of it. So that made more sense to do than the Tesseract in my case here. The drawback is I can't transfer liquids or power to and from these two places, but I can use my Tesseract elsewhere if I need to, which I have. But more about this first. So to help me stay out away from the house and caving and exploring for longer periods of time, I went ahead and made two sets of these ender chests and pouches that correspond to them, that are linked to them. The triple white is the color code for this one. That's the basic unmodified ender chest and ender pouch, is just 3 whites. And that is connected directly to the storage where the Tesseract was before. So anything coming out of here goes into there. Anything I put in this pouch goes in there also. So like I just randomly have arrows in my inventory. Let's put those away. Bones, leather, ender pearls, gravel, just random whatever I want to throw in there. And I'm also putting in things that I know I've got storage for somewhere, even though if it's not under the house. Like I've got a food chest, but it's not in the house yet. It's still kind of outside. So I'm going to put that in there. And I've got coins on me. I can just throw those in here. I'll deal with those later. I've got some Shoggoth flesh. I killed a couple of those earlier just to test out my armor and stuff. So let's throw that in there. And I've got a Flansmod hat. Let's just toss that in. Anyway, you get the idea. That goes all to the mass storage under the house. Anything I'm carrying I can just toss in there and it'll get sorted. The other one is white, black, white. This one is linked to a chest above my pulverizer next to the smeltery out behind the house. So any ores that I want to get pulverized to later smelt or whatever, I can just put in here. And you'll notice these get taken out slower because I've got a hopper underneath that ender chest instead of an item pipe, but I'll probably change that later also. Anyway, that helps me a lot with organization. I moved this entire chest here. There was a double chest here that had like some Project Rednet, whatever stuff in it, and some like spider mob drops were in here. A couple other Flansmod things. Moved all that to the house. Only thing I've got left here is this blood chest that I use to repair my armor when I'm here. And really the only reason I come here is to switch off mob spawners for new and different mob spawners, and to collect experience out of this tank here, which I haven't needed to do in, well, a long time. So I'm rarely here And my vanilla ender chest storage is now empty. I have moved that into this golden bag of holding. So all of my miscellaneous, like pipe work and pet inventory pets, my Necronomicon, some tools and stuff, that's all in here where I can get to it if I need it in a pinch. Also, crafting table, this portable crafting kit. This is probably one of the first things I ever made in the series. I don't even know if I talked about it. I think I made it on accident and was like, oh, okay, I'll just put that away and maybe use it a little bit here and there, because I've always got crafting tables laying around. I mean, there's crafting stations everywhere. The downside of the one in your inventory, well, the upside is you can just have a crafting table in your hand all the time. The downside is whenever you go to the NEI here and say I want to make a dispenser, you don't get that little question mark button to put the items into a crafting table when you're using this thing. So if I open the crafting table and then say what's the recipe for the dispenser, I get it right there. Or shift clicking, it'll automatically put the items into the crafting station. But using the one in your inventory doesn't know what to do with it. So it's about the only downside of it. And if you're curious, the recipe for the portable crafting station is just 3 planks and a stick. And I had accidentally made one when trying to make a template for the smeltery. I ended up putting an extra plank instead of a stick across from it, and made one. It was like, oh, okay. Alright, next thing on the agenda. Let's run over to the house so I can show you where these chests are hooked up. The main one, down here in the storage room, is up here above this resonant strongbox, right there, where the Tesseract used to be. It's kind of hidden up in the ceiling. And anything that goes in there is pulled out into this strongbox here, and then sent to its appropriate location in our massive storage array of stuff here. Anything that does not have a space will stay in the box, like these items here. And some of them I will just randomly take out and put where I know that they go. Like this is for food. I also updated this chest. I had just a vanilla double chest here. Had to upgrade it because I ran out of space. I had too many food items. Let's see. I don't think I mentioned this either, but we'll get to this in a second. Alright, here's the other one, the white, black, white ender chest. Anything that I put in that pouch while I'm out exploring or just directly put into the chest gets pulled out by this hopper, which gets put into this pulverizer, which then goes into this chest. And let's take these out. I'll be using these in a minute. So this is all the ores and things. Pulverizing is better to do before using the smeltery in a lot of cases, because while pulverizing iron ore, you can actually get ferrous, pulverized ferrous as a byproduct. Copper, I think, gives you gold, and tin can give you silver. And I think lead and silver can give each other because they're both they're both part of the same type of ore. Lead and silver, galena, I believe, type of rock, has gold and silver in it. Anyway, a little bit of real world stuff thrown in. Let's see, this is kind of a messy setup of machinery I've got here, but here's the Tesseract. This is receiving energy and putting it into this hardened energy cell. I took the solar generator here, I just took it down, I moved it, and it's got a solar panel on top. This gives like 5 to 10 RF per tick while it's daylight. And see, now it's gone down to 7. Well, it stopped now, but anyway, as it gets later in the day, it'll just quit. But I've got these set up all over the place. I built a lot of them. This is where the power comes from. I went ahead and made a resonant energy cell. Put some flux ducts around it and hooked up some solar panels. and I've got the solar generator here. Let's go ahead and turn that on. That's a free 100,000 RF per day. But these are all depositing into this energy cell, which is exporting to the Tesseract and to the front. If I get a cell that I want to charge real quick, I'll just stick it on the front of here and charge it. Or if I want to build a machine to run real quick and don't want to charge it, or don't want to leave it as a permanent fixture somewhere, I'll just drop it in front of this and let it get power from that. But this powers the Tesseract, or it doesn't power it, but it sends energy into the Tesseract, which ends up over here to be charged, to charge this hardened energy cell. Man, can't talk today. Take a drink. Okay. And this cell, of course, powers all of this machinery over here. I upgraded the item ducts here to the see-through item ducts, just so I could watch where things were going, if anything got hung up, or if there were any problems in here. I mean, like, nothing ever happens, nothing ever goes wrong anyway, so they're just there so I can see the items going. I built this little thing, this compacting drawer. This thing is saves me a little bit of time when I'm changing ingots into blocks for easier storage. So if I've got, like, let's say I want to cut down some of these 10 ingots, I'll just take a bunch out. You right click on the drawer, puts them all in there, and it shows you you can convert the amount of stuff you put in there into other things. Like, you can break it down into nuggets, or you can go up into blocks. So if I left click on the blocks, you actually have to click on that section of the face of it, it'll get me a block. And it takes 9 ingots off of the number of ingots I put in there before. So if I shift and left click, it gives me all possible blocks. So I got 2 more out of it. Now, there's not enough to make another block, so I can just left click on the ingot itself to get that 1 ingot back, and now the drawer's empty. So you can go, like, put the 10 ingot in, click on the nugget, I get a nugget out, put the nugget back in, take the ingot out. Saves you time of putting all the bars into a crafting table to make the blocks or whatever. So I've just got it here to save a little bit of time. It's kind of a handy little block there. The same thing works if you put redstone in here. One of the drawers one of these little sections at the bottom will show the redstone dust, and it'll have the block at the top. So you can drop your redstone in here. You can put in diamonds, you can put in emeralds, you can put in pretty much anything that you can craft 9 of into something else. I'm not sure about string and wool because that's a 2x2, and it probably won't let you uncraft it back into string, but let's check real quick. If I click on this with wool, no, it doesn't know about it. Okay, that solves that issue. Alright, now the thing that I was talking about before, harvesters do work on oreberry bushes now. And they used to not, so I never even set it up, but now instead of having like 4 rows of 10 bushes each that I had to manually pick, now I've got a 3x3 that are being automatically picked and put away in chests for me. And they're all being powered by solar panels. So these will automatically just pick all the berries and put them in boxes for me. They do collect sludge, and actually the more sludge that's in the machine, the longer this idle tick timer is. I think the base time is 5 ticks, and now it's at 9. So because it's like half full, I think it'll go up to maybe 12. Not quite sure. I haven't gotten one full yet because I've been taking this stuff out of here. Anyway, these I'm kind of ignoring. You can tell I used the iron ones already. I made bars out of these. I made ingots out of these, but not these. I haven't touched the gold ones yet. So that's how many have been picked since I set this up. Same with the copper. Quite a few in there. We've got the 10 over here. like a row, just over a row of stacks. The aluminum, not quite to a row yet. And the experience berry bushes, I've actually used a few of these. And then now I'm just ignoring them, because I've got all these over here behind the house. But this is going to come in handy later. I'm going to set these up to automatically feed our mob spawner over here. So I can automate spawning of mobs without having to manually take the essence from the tank, put it into the spawner, use the extractor to take experience from myself and put it in there. So that is going to just help further automate our all of our item collecting and stuff here. Anyway, let's segue using the mob spawner as a segue. And also AbyssalCraft from before. Put these two things together and you've got, hey, let's auto spawn some AbyssalCraft mobs. One that I actually need to spawn are these little shadow creatures. So I was in the let's see, what's it called over here? Like Darklands Plains or something? This little area up here. Let me just jump over here real quick. There's a village right in the middle of it. Oh, Darklands Highland. So in the Darklands, which is a AbyssalCraft biome, you get these Darklands Oakwoods, and you also get, I think that's one right there, you get AbyssalCraft specific mobs that spawn, like the Abyssal Zombie. I have a spawner of that. I think I might have a spawner of one of these guys, the Depth School. I think I have a spawner of those. But there's one that's slightly more rare, called the Shadow Creature. And they're these little tiny, they kind of look like silverfish, but not quite silverfish. And those robot sounds are getting really annoying. Anyway, they kind of look like silverfish, but they're not. And they drop this little shadow crystal. And I need a whole bunch of those to do some stuff in AbyssalCraft that I want to do. Just grab these real quick while I'm here. I actually already came through here and did a lot of mining. Found a little cave system. I was mostly just spending time here trying to find... Oh, hello. Why is there a backpack here? This isn't my backpack, because I don't have a backpack. Huh, free stuff. I'll take it. Cool. Something dropped the backpack. Anyway, I spent a bunch of time here mining and just killing time trying to find some of these little AbyssalCraft mobs and get their drops. And I picked one up in a safari net when I found one. Oh, I thought that was one there. It was a leaf particle coming off the tree. Anyway, I came over here during a blood moon, and they were quite a bit more frequent. So I grabbed one in a safari net, took it back to the house. Alright, inventory management. Let's put away pretty much all of this. And I will deal with it later. The gold, I'll throw in the pulverizer. And this backpack, let's just throw in there. Alright. So, anyway, I found a little shadow creature guy, grabbed it, took it back to the spawner, our little auto spawner at the house. Auto spawned a few of them, killed them, got some drops. It was rather tedious and boring. So I thought, you know what? Let's just automate that. But in the process of going and finding some materials and being not bored while deciding how best I wanted to go about automating them, I found a spawner for them. So this is me just demonstrating me out mining and putting stuff away and not having to go back to the house every 20 seconds. And I actually started picking up these little salt blocks too for Pam's AbyssalCraft. Anyway, I found a spawner for them, marked it on the map, spent a little time in there farming them, and I'm not quite sure exactly how many of their drops I need. So, real quick, let's see, just store all this stuff. It actually was not very far from the house. So there's the house. There's a random spider spawner pit that's on the overworld, like it's above ground. And straight down here, shadow creature spawner. So there's what they look like, if you can see that. They're kind of like little black silverfish with hands and teeth and barbed tails. And it was in this cave. I did a little bit of filling in with some smooth stone in the gaps here so they wouldn't spawn in this area. I think there's one in there right now. Come here, dude. Yeah, there he is. So there's one right there. And they drop this little shadow fragment. And these you need 9 of to make a shadow gem shard. And those you use 9 of to make a shadow gem. And that you use to make these pedestals. So I need at least 81 of the little pieces to make one shadow gem. So 9 by 9. A corallium pearl, which, let's see, recipe. You can either find, I think this is the corallium ore you find, and like you silk touch, and you can get this block and get a pearl straight from it. Or the infused stone you actually craft by, I think I made one of these for the bow a long time ago. The corallium bow that I made. You get 9 gems and put stone around it to make one of these, and you smelt that into the pearl. But anyway, so I've had to do a lot of resource gathering in the last couple days. So I haven't uploaded a video yet. I've just been gathering resources to get this stuff ready, and resource gathering is kind of boring to watch. But while exploring, I found this, of course, that'll help. And also, while looking for the corallium ore, which it says in the Necronomicon is in an ocean biome. Let's see, so I was looking here out in the ocean. Of course, most of this was just ocean stuff. I came across, let's see, where was it now? Was it this here? See this little gash right here in the ocean floor? I think that's where it was. Straight underneath that is a fortress and an end portal. But I got stuck down there in a wall and couldn't make my way back out, so I had to teleport back out. And made some Eye of Enders, threw them around, and they didn't go that way. They actually went the entire opposite direction, down to the left, over here, next to this village. So I dug down and found another end portal over here. So I have 2 end portals. Haven't gone in them yet because I want to do that on camera, which I will do in a later episode, because that's not what this one's about. But let me just teleport over here real quick to the village. I was going to actually excavate the entire end portal fortress thing. Now let me show you this giant hole I dug. So I got my Tinker's Construct hammer out and just went nuts out here. Dug a big giant hole in the ground straight down to the fortress, and then kind of went around the fortress and cleared out blocks around it. Took me a while to actually find the portal itself, which is, I think, off behind that wall there. And I did a lot of mining, a lot of resource gathering for, like, you know, just there's ores everywhere in here, this cave system. and throughout this area here. Might as well grab these while I'm here. Why not? And this actually was the reason that I made the ender chest system in my inventory, because I had so much ore that I got tired of running back and forth from here to my base and back to process all of it. So I just set it up to where I could do it from here and not have to worry about it. Voila. Oh, there's some more. Just grab these real quick. That's electrotine. I've got some of that already. I don't think I need any more. Besides, it's like next to lava, and I don't want to burn the block up in the lava. I'll pick this up later. Oh, you know what? Just to show off some utility, let's go ahead and throw these in here. So, some utility. I've got a totally empty inventory, but I've got all these pouches and things. Golden bag of holding. I've got a lava tank and 8 empty tanks. And I also have this fluivac. So if I run into this type of situation, I can just grab the lava. Oh, is that tank full now? Nope. I think it's got a slight cooldown. Why is it not grabbing this one? Now it's full? Okay. So I can just open my inventory, get the tools I need to do whatever I need to do. Why can't I get that one? There it goes. This should work a bit faster than that. I don't know why it's got this random delay to it. Anyway, I can basically grab this entire lava lake here into tanks if I need it. But I'm just going to do that much so that this space is clear. Grab the ore I want and go on about my business. Oh, more diamonds hiding under here. So I always clear out gravel. You never know what's underneath. Could be anything. And I've got so much coal. I'm going to go ahead and grab this just for demonstration purposes. But I have so much coal. Oh, there's some uranium. I've got so much coal, it's ridiculous. I have a... Let's see, I think it's just a single chest full of stacks of coal blocks. I did the calculation to see how much coal exactly I had. Oh, there's more lava back there. I did a calculation to see exactly how much I had, and I forgot the number, but it's a pretty good amount. Anyway, so let's pulverize the diamond and the coal, redstone, electrotine. The uranium I am not going to pulverize because I don't think it actually works. You have to craft the uranium in your inventory using pyrotheum to make the ingots for it. Alright, put away the stuff I just used. Tidy up my inventory, and we're good to go. Anyway, so I found... Oh, there's... Might as well grab the experience while I'm here. Found the ender portal right here. Put all but 2 of the pearls into it. And I have plenty of pearls. I have plenty of ender pearls now. Or not the pearls, but the eye of enders. We'll do this in a later episode. Lit the place up a little bit. Killed some silverfish. Got some silver. But I was also in an earlier episode talking about how, you know what, I think I need ender pearls for a lot of stuff. So I was farming endermen in our mob spawner. And now I'm thinking, you know what, let's just go to the end and kill all the Endermen ever, because that's all that's there. So I don't even need this system here for Ender Pearls anymore. But while I was excavating the fortress, mining all that area out, I got a whole bunch of the Ender Dust, this stuff here, in ore form, and pulverized it all down. Well, not pulverized. You actually only get 2 if you pulverize it. If you mine it, you get more than 2. So I mined it all out after soak touching it and bringing it back to the base. Mined it all up, turned it all into pearls, and now I've got like several stacks of pearls. Anywho, let's see, what else? There was probably something else I was going to talk about this episode. Yeah, I remember what it was. So, AbyssalCraft and all these things that I've been doing tie together in the fact that I will be building an AbyssalCraft room in the house before I start actually doing AbyssalCraft stuff. But now that I've got a lot of resources collected, it will be that much easier to get the AbyssalCraft stuff done. And it's going to be directly above our OceanCraft floor. So let's see, I've got some Darklands oak saplings, the wood planks from those, the actual wood from the trees itself, some slabs, darkstone, which is the stone that appears naturally in the Darklands highland out there. And it was darkstone cobblestone, but I smelted it to smooth it back out, and I'm using this to make bricks out of for the outline of our floor up here. Now the floor itself, not just the frame like I do on all the other floors, except that one, the frame is going to be these bricks. The floor and the walls and the ceiling I haven't decided on yet. I might just leave it empty for a while until I decide. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that's the roof right there. I'll just probably leave it empty until I find something interesting to put in those spots. If anybody has suggestions, let me know in the comments. Also, just, let's see, how long ago was that? A couple hours ago? I sent out a tweet, and most people that watch these aren't signed up to my Twitter, so go subscribe to my Twitter, follow me on Twitter. I sent out a tweet, and I said, hey, the first person to respond to this tweet, I will make as an NPC on my Revenge of the Sea Team world. So, if you go over there, follow me on Twitter, find that tweet. It's the last one as of right now that's on my Twitter. When I upload this video, it will automatically put a tweet on there that I have uploaded this video, but that one will be right before this. Just reply to that. If you don't see a reply, you're the first one. Go ahead and throw a reply on there. Say, hey, I want to be an NPC, or whatever. Let me know a name that you want, whatever your Twitter name is, or your Minecraft name, or whatever. I'll make an NPC of you. It doesn't have to be one of these little crab guys. I might just make you an NPC that wanders around in the house, or on one of the specific floors, like, if you want to be an evil craft mob, I can put you in here. If you want to be like a vanilla Steve, I can throw you in here somewhere. If you want to be like a custodial librarian type looking guy and be down here in the storage like you're managing inventory, we can do that. If you want to be some kind of monster in a dungeon somewhere, I can probably like build a dungeon room somewhere and put you there. Sky's the limit and whatnot. So, let's see. Was that enough to finish that? Yep, okay, so that's plenty of darkstone bricks. Done with that. Now let me see real quick. This wood has a animation to it. The wood from the trees. It's got this little animated like water running down it effect. I don't know if it's supposed to be water or not, but I was thinking of putting that all over the walls. But it's kind of repetitive. If it had a little bit more variety to it, that would be awesome. And you can't put these blocks sideways, apparently. Can I rotate it with that? No. Okay, apparently you cannot put these blocks sideways so that the thing scrolls across the roof. That would be cool. Or the floor, even. And there's no texture that's any kind of special on the top or bottom. So I think that's a no. I might... No, that'd be too much of a copy of the other floor. I was thinking maybe I'll just build a dark tree inside here, but then it would look a lot like this floor for our biomes of plenty. Maybe I'll put one in a corner somewhere. I don't know. Anyway, let's see. What's the... How do the planks look? Oh, they look like black there, but they're kind of a grungy brownish here. I don't know. Maybe. I mean, as a floor texture, it's not bad. For walls, though, it might be a little... eh. I'm not sure. These tanks actually light up whenever you put fluids in them. That's why this is so bright. It's going to contrast a lot with the dark tone of all this AbyssalCraft stuff right on top of it. But hey, a lot of the AbyssalCraft stuff has to do with the ocean, so why not, right? There's also slabs. Pretty sure they have the exact same color. That'll just save me material more than anything. But I can always farm more Darklands oak. What else? Just straight up darkstone instead of making it into bricks. But that looks kind of dull. Just kind of flat and boring. And the textures don't even line up, I don't think, quite right. Like the shading on from one block to the next, you probably can't even see it in the video. The quality's probably not high enough for you to tell. But it's like a smooth stone texture, and it doesn't really connect from one edge to the next. Like it's not really that smooth. Anyway, if you got any ideas, let me know. In the meantime, let's see, we're coming up on 40 minutes here. I'm going to go ahead and cut this off and upload it. And then go farm some more of these. Because I need, what did I say, 81? 9x9? Yeah, 81, and I've got about 70. So I got to go farm a little bit more of those. And, yeah, leave a like, leave a comment. Hey, I got some chance cubes. Dare I do a couple of chance cubes? Why not, right? Let me grab some obsidian, just in the off chance we get one of those unstable ingot cubes. This bedrock is still here, by the way. I'm going to use it to put this on. Alright, chance cube number 1. It's been like a month and a half since I opened one of these. We got wild. I kind of want to catch this guy. One of these, do I have an empty safari net? Not really, I do not know. Enderman net. Okay, you know what? Let's drop the Enderman and pick up wild here. Oh, Cluckington. Zombie named Wild. Alright, kill you off. Cluckington. I'm sure he's just a regular chicken. You know, I can just make another one of these. I don't want him to despawn while I'm out. Let's craft one of these real quick. That guy's truck is loud. Let's go grab... I should have made a lot of these beforehand. I didn't even get one, did I? Why is there an empty space in there, I wonder? Alright, let's go grab him real quick. Come on, there you go. Chicken, health 4, name Cluckington. Alright, oh, come here. So now we have a named zombie and chicken. Cool. Alright. Cube number 2. Every disc, apparently. Sweet. So I got 13 blocks, cat, chirp, far, mall, mellow high, stall, strad, wait, ward, and 11. Cool. That was a good one. I have a collection of discs in the house, but it's all the same one. Mostly. Or 2. So I've got 3 13s and 5 cats. So let's toss these in with those. Too bad these don't all have the same like item ID with a different metadata, or I could like put them all in a filing cabinet and have a jukebox cabinet. Anyway, alright, 41.5 minutes. I will now cut it here. Leave a like, subscribe if you're not, leave a comment, and I will see you guys in the next episode.